Today is June 4th. We're chatting with Boone. We're talking some sharp stats, and we're celebrating what's been a great season thus far for the Yankees.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, brought to you by SeatGeek. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. Producer BBD is with us. Code Yanks10 helps you out at SeatGeek. And you have a nice bracelet on, I just noticed.
It's my mother's. She left it in the city, and I started wearing it. It's 2024.
Okay.
A little
Hell yeah.
bohemian, if that's the word.
Oh, I think that works, yeah.
And it plays close enough that it could be like a stylish man.
With that shirt,
Yeah.
especially, it's like a good
vibe.
combo. I thought they were going to have me potentially wear like a shirt like that on the ICC broadcast. Because when they do the games in India, they have to wear those shirts.
Right?
Yeah.
Summer's here. Happy June 4th. A lot of people are into July 4th, but June 4th, pretty good too.
Much better.
Couple big things off the rip. Today's Tuesday. We will remind you every Tuesday we do our DraftKings Daily Fantasy League. Go sign up for that. It's a lot of fun. It's every Tuesday. You can win prizes each month, so this is a new month. Facts. And you can win $100 in SeatGeek credit from John Boy, and the top leaderboard finisher at the end of the year will get 2 World Series tickets. So go get in on the action. John Boy Media DFS League. Come compete against me. I just put in my lineup. It's really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a sharp stats as well.
Boone and Sharp Sets. It's a jam-packed midweek. Let's get tropical with it.
Go Tropics. Jackie Moon. Coffee Black.
Hey guys, it's the Queen of Stats, and this week, one of the things I wanted to look at was one of the defining characteristics of this Yankees team, which I think is that it has both very high-performing players and significant depth, with a lack of really bad players on both the pitching and the hitting side. So, since the Yankees are basically playing at an out-of-this-world level right now, we'll use a solar system analogy. I'm going to call those top players, those high-end players, supernovas, and those terrible players, I'm going to call those black holes.
Ooh.
So basically, for black holes, kind of wanted to look at, what teams have the least amount of black holes on their roster. So I wanted to look at both offense and defense, so I used WAR, both pitchers and batters for each team. So I looked at the total negative WAR for each team, batters and pitchers, and then I also looked at the total playing time by those negative WAR players, using plate appearances for batters and outs for pitchers. So when you combine all that, among teams, Yankees have the least amount of total negative WAR this season, and they have the second fewest combined playing time, or the second least playing time. That's plate appearances and outs combined. Only the Braves have fewer. So basically, very, very little of their team has been black holes this season. And then on the other end, though, I wanted to look at the supernovas. So again, I used WAR for pitchers and batters, and I defined supernova as batters with at least 2 WAR this season and pitchers with at least 1 WAR. And again, I looked at the total WAR, and I looked at the total playing time, the same as before for those supernova players. And unsurprisingly, the Yankees have the most WAR, combined WAR, of these supernova players, and the most combined plate appearances and outs by these players. So what the Yankees are doing is they're really just combining this unique combination of no black holes and a lot of and the most supernovas for a team. Seems like a pretty good recipe for the best team in baseball right now.
Wow. In summary, I think you would summarize that by saying our good is better than everyone else's good.
Yep.
And our bad is better than everyone else's bad.
Or not as bad.
Our bad isn't that
Isn't
bad.
as bad.
Yeah.
And we don't use our bad.
No need.
Which it is tricky. I even, heard you talking about it with Joe's about Verdugo. Like, his slash line doesn't pop.
Right.
But we have supernovas that are, like, popping like crazy. And then also, it is somewhat his career average, and it's 15% better than the average player because all of offense is down.
Offense is down. He's been the perfect puzzle piece. And, again, it's kind of hilarious if we were doing this last year. Well, if we were doing this last year, it'd still be brought to you by Under 510 because we were still under 510.
Yeah, we're waiting for that.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, there's probably going to be a sad day when we get our growth spurts and we're like, hey, we just can't. Sorry, Under 510. You guys make a great jogger. You guys make a great button down, hoodies, T-shirts, and more. But we had this massive growth spurt in our late 30s, and so we can't wear your short guy clothes anymore. The real part with it, if you guys know, Under 510 has become 60% of my wardrobe because it's clothes that fits me because I am under 5'10". So if you fit the bill, you know who you are. Go check out Under 510. Head to shop.under510.com/talkin, and you'll get $10 off your first order. Bing bong. Go check it out. Genuinely, we wear this a lot now because the clothes fits us because we're short.
So how much? What do you think considers a black hole war-wise? Like negative? Did she say that I missed that?
I believe
it's
she
negative.
defined it as like players providing negative war.
Calhoun.
All right.
On the Yankees, I think that's just Grisham and Rizzo.
I'd be interested on Rizzo because he's got an
Different websites might have different.
He's got an 87 OPS plus on Baseball Reference.
Well, and I think that the names that jumped out to me when Katie Sharp was talking, and thank you, Katie, the queen, was Oswaldo and
war.
Stanton. Like, even though there were times this year that they haven't been plus players, they haven't been minus players. Now, Stanton has had plus moments, or plus series. Oswaldo only really did to start the year. But, I mean, even when he was, like, Oswaldo's numbers right now aren't in a pretty place. But he never hurt the team.
Well, and you're talking about WAR, which his defense does help the team. He's made 85% of forehand plays this season, which is the fifth best in MLB.
85% of his forehand plays?
85% of his forehand plays have been made this year, which is fifth best in Major League Baseball.
That's good.
League average 69% of forehand plays. Colt Keith, number one.
Really?
Yeah, then Bryce Terang, number
Rookie.
two.
Good.
Yeah. Because you also have Wells, who's like, he's 0.2 WAR. Glaber and Rizzo, I think, are the only negative WARs.
Glaber.
Oh, no, Glaber's up to 0.1.
Boom.
Boom.
Hot streak.
Boom.
Rizzo's negative because of the defense.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
He's negative 0.1 or something like that.
So the other thing I really liked about this,
Yes.
this was the version of, like, I don't know, 4 years from now, the Yankees freak out. Some crazy rich Talkin Yanks fans buys from the Steinburners, and they're like, we love you guys so much. You guys run the front office. We'd be like, all right, well, we're going to actually bring in Katie Sharp because she's, like, has been offered these jobs and is very smart.
Yes.
And it was cool knowing that she would have made this, like, planet thing, and we would have run with this for a little bit.
Yes.
We would have been like, hey, no black holes this year.
If I'm correct, last
want
year
more
she
supernovas.
did a black holes.
Yeah.
And it was like the whole lineup of the Yankees were black holes.
Yankees were all black.
They were only black holes, so that's where I don't know if that was a continuation from last year or if she has evolved from this.
I don't know. We'd have to.
But it's pretty cool we got some supernovas, too. Because that covers up everything.
They got a lot of supernovas.
Like,
The most. They got to have the most.
how
With the supernovas they have, they could have had a black hole if
Like,
they wanted.
the first month of the year, we talked about Rizzo looking off because he had that one game it looked like he was playing with a floppy bat.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that at all because the supernovas outshine everything. Is that a lyric?
That's a lyric.
Oasis?
I did a random number. 23 days. It just It goes back to Glaber's. It's Glaber's butter knife.
Yeah, Glaber's playing well.
But since Glaber started taking off, the top 8 hitters in plate appearances. Well, Trevino's a big drop off, so I'm going to before the catchers, right? So the top 7 guys before the catchers.
Last 22 days, the last 7 guys before the catchers.
Yeah, 23 days, but yes, 7 guys to get at bats.
MJ.
Rizzo's the only one with a bad OPS. Otherwise, Stan 822, Verdugo 833, Glaber 818. Glaber's stats are great in this stretch.
Their Glaber tour is a stat.
Judge 1.5 OPS, Soto 1.1, Volpe 848. So there is the lowest is 818 with Glaber since that stretch. But Rizzo is 455. It's really it's not good.
Come on, Tony.
Not good. So yeah, they've just been really good.
Yeah, I feel like there's other conversations that we don't even really have to have. Like if there were, it would be really interesting if Judge and Soto were going nuts and there was more black holes, because it's like, what does that feel like?
That feels like last year up until this point, because this was the day that Judge got hurt.
Times 2.
But it was Judge and Rizzo, and that was it. And we were like, if we lose one of these guys, we're fucked. We lost both of them.
Yeah.
And in 2022, it was very much that. It was like, hey, this season's going great, but we have 3 black holes.
When did Rizzo start going bad last year? When was that series?
The concussion was
Concussion
very
was
end of
San
May.
Diego.
Yeah, it was
End of
before
May.
the Judge thing.
So it was within a week of the Judge.
Yeah, we
thing.
lost our 2 supernovas at that point.
I had not thought about that. That was basically the same week ever.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. And then in 2022, when they were really good, we said, this team's awesome. There's 3 black holes. We hope they do something about it. They didn't, and that came to bite them. So
Yeah.
that's why this season feels so much better than the others.
They got a lineup.
Yeah.
And
depth.
Texas Rangers last year, up and down the lineup they hit. And yeah, Dominguez is in a great spot. Gerrit Cole's rehabbing. It's pretty cool. And it's going to be interesting to see leading up to the deadline. I guess that's the next chapters. Like, does Gleyber Torres do this for another month now? And it's like, okay, Glaber's back, and having him as a potential 7-8 hitter doing what he's doing, that would be massive. If Gleyber Torres has another bad stretch, his combos get interesting. With DJ and Rizzo, you kind of have first base options, but I don't know. I think they love this team, and I think we love this team. So.
Highest OPS in the last 30 since May 1st on the Yankees. No qualifiers.
Since May 1st,
Yeah.
Taylor Trammell.
No.
2 dot.
No, 0 plate appearances for Trammell.
See in April?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
He appeared in a game, no plate appearances. Jemai Jones, 1.9 OPS
1.9,
since May 1st.
Yeah. Jemai, Trammell, Soto, and Judge are the 1-dotters on the team.
Yeah. 1 for 3 with a homer. And a hit by
Bad.
pitch.
Not bad.
Not bad. Some other fun stats for you guys real quick. Alex Verdugo has made 95% of backhand plays this season, which is the best in Major
Also
League Baseball.
85%.
Yeah, 95.
No.
He's made 95%
Thank
of
God.
backhand plays this season. The best
gonna
in
say.
Major League Baseball. Juan Soto has made 94% of backhand plays this season, which is second best. So if you're aiming at the corners, don't.
For Verdugo, it would be the gap, right?
Yeah. So don't. If you're aiming at our corner outfielders,
Don't aim right.
don't aim to the right of them.
Make that a shirt. Don't aim right.
Don't aim right.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Marcus Semien is third. And Freddie Freeman, but that's kind of like how many, he's a first baseman. He's right on the line. Oh, no.
Okay.
82nd. So second worst at backhand plays this season. IKF. I didn't want that to happen, but it happened.
That's crazy. Thanks for watching.
Boone.
And a reminder, Boone rhymes with spoon. Make sure you get yourself some Magic Spoon today. They're back. They go way back. Bronx times. I've seen a lot of Magic Spoon, and that's because they are delicious and nutritious, if I'm being completely honest. Their variety pack, the 4 flavors, cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. It's only 140 calories. Here's the simple stuff. Healthy. You're into that? Beautiful. Boom. You like yummy stuff? Magic Spoon. It's yummy. Kids eat it. That's like the ultimate cereal test. And if you like both, welcome home to Magic Spoon. And if you go to magicspoon.com/Yanks, grab the variety pack, try it today. You get all 4 of the flavors. And with promo code Yanks, you save $5 at checkout. It's guaranteed 100% happiness guarantee. That's good. It's not a lot of things in life can do that. So if you don't like it, they'll refund your money. Head to magicspoon.com/Yanks. Use the code Yanks to save $5 off. Link in the description. Aaron Boone Spoon.
Welcome back to another Bantering with Boone, which is brought to you by Beatbox. Booney, is that one of your more successful West Coast 3-series trips? As a skipper?
Well, usually you guys will have that information available to me. So everyone was talking about it in those terms that, look, I think anytime you go west for 9 games, it's going to be a challenge. And in a lot of ways, you want to survive it. But, man, the boys did more than that, obviously, put together a really good trip to go 7-2. Obviously, was really good. Faced some good pitching along the way, too. With kind of get San Francisco's 3 best. You get Darvish and Cease right out the gate to kick off the trip. And then Musgrove shut us down a little bit that last day. So, saw a lot of good pitching along the way, but obviously everyone's playing really well and fun trip and fun way to enter an off day.
I'm seeing 6-3 in 2019, but that doesn't count because you did like 2 Californias and then you had an off day, 2 games in Arizona. CC got picked up his like 3,000 strikeout and then an off day. And I remember the 2 lineups in those 2 Arizona games. DJ didn't play either. It was very much like, let's get CC's 3,000s. Well, who cares, right? That was your quote. I think you said, "Who cares about these games?"
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The question I had about the schedule, actually, before the season, I read an article about how the schedule's being made, and it had this little nugget that said the teams get to decide their preference, 2 series trips or 3 series trips. And I thought that was interesting because I didn't know it worked that way. And then I looked at the Yankees, and you only have 1 3-series road trip this whole season. So it seems like whoever makes that decision for you guys voted 2 series. And the Red Sox have a lot of 3 series. So they're like, when we get on the road, let's just get on the road. Did you know that? Is that true?
I was not aware of that. So, that's
well,
you learn something new every day, I guess.
I read it. I think it was a Stark. I don't want to get it wrong.
One of the short kings of baseball.
That was dissecting the schedule when it came out. Because what else do you do in December or January, But
exactly.
That is your only 3-series trip, which is pretty nice to have it be that fun.
Yeah.
No, I've poked at this once before. Our guy Trevor Plouffe is in today. He's calling the games for the Twins broadcast. So if you want to throw some elbows with him, us 3, couple former third basemen.
There it is.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Again, I did this before with Tommy, but one of the best West Coast trips, arguably the best West Coast trip, off day following it, long flight home. Anything there? The fellas have to post their bling pictures before the flight home on Instagram. But that had to be a nice time, right? Off day?
Yeah. I mean, anytime, you're coming back from the West Coast, even with the day game out there, you probably got to the house about 3 a.m. on Monday morning, I guess. So to be coming in, having had a successful trip and rolling a little bit, makes that off day a little nicer and chance to sleep in a little bit. And hopefully for the guys, just get a good day of R&R and off the feet a little bit. And now on we go to start a big homestand and a big month for us.
Are you more excited to play the Twins or the Dodgers? You don't have that.
We obviously played the Twins really tough in Minnesota. Is kind of when we're really getting it rolling, and I think they're a really good team. So hopefully we can continue and play well against them again at home. But they're getting Royce Lewis back today. He should be in the lineup. Obviously a difference maker for them. They do a lot of things matching you up with their lineup, make some challenging at times, but hopefully we can go out and play well. And then the Dodgers obviously coming in this weekend. First time since I've been here, we've gone to the Dodger Stadium twice. It's always been a really, really big deal when we've gone there, and a fun series. And I'm sure this weekend it should be rocking in the Bronx. It'll be a lot of fun. That bi-coastal rivalry and get them here in the Bronx for the first time in a long time will be a lot of fun.
Yeah. It was a little joke question because all of Yes Network and everyone's just hyping up the Dodger series as if there's not one before it. But I understand you got superstars of the highest caliber playing. Especially Sunday Night Baseball. I've been hanging out with a lot of people that I have to explain baseball to recently. I've been with a lot of non-Americans, cricket fans, and I told them you should go Sunday night. It's Sunday Night Baseball. It's national game. And they said, who's pitching? And I was like, well, it's just whoever matches up. And they were like, they should make it the better. Wouldn't they want to make it the best matchups? And I said, you can't really do that in baseball. But I kind of thought about it, and I was like, back in the day, they used to do that more when you hear about Billy Martin choosing the starting pitcher and putting a ball, and Don Larson getting a ball in his shoe. Has that, and not specifically for a National League series, but it feels like in the past you guys would sometimes skip Cole to get him against a division rival when he was really a standout above the rotation. This year, just let things fly. But I guess, is there any times where you do mess with the rotation? Or
very rarely. And a lot of things go into it. Obviously the division games, when you can kind of sort that out, the ones you're talking about with Gerrit, we did that a lot in 2020 in the COVID year where we played the 60 games. So we tried to get him, knowing it was going to be a shorter season, every fifth day, every chance we got. So if we had to skip someone or move somebody, we kind of did that in that season. In the other years, very rarely, circumstances happen though. Maybe a guy's a little banged up. You're trying to get a guy an extra day. It kind of lines up here. Oh, it makes sense. Hey, we like this, our lefty against pick a team, and a righty is a better matchup against the next team, and it lines up perfectly to be able to flip it or whatever. You get those occasions, but it's rare. You're staying in rotation for the most part.
So when Clark goes down and you're replacing him, does it even pop up like, oh, here's a chance we can shift some things? I know it's early in the season, so maybe not now, but there would be times down the stretch where you're like, this would help us out.
Yeah, nothing right now. Now, there was a chance had we done Clark right away, but we didn't know he was going to be an IL right away. It needed to kind of play out for a few days. It was one of those things where we could have maneuvered because we had an off day there where we could have, not had to call up a starter had we IL'd them early. And with the off day, we could have kept everyone on the fifth day. But with that said, we're, really confident in Cody's ability to come up and take that slot, which he was going to take it anyway. So,
well, one follow-up then, I guess, before we move on. Nestor's home and away splits are wild. Down the stretch, would that be something that you take into account against division rival? Hey, if it's, before road trip, after, and hopefully they even out by the time we get there. But, would you look at something like that and say, rather have him at home?
I mean, I guess you always look at that stuff a little bit, but I also think that's something that will play out. He's not just a worse pitcher now when now we're going to keep pounding that until it, whatever, he, has a great one on the road or whatever at home. But I view that as a little bit not so real.
Well, there's one more wrench to the rotation, but it's the best wrench possible. Gerrit Cole starts his rehab today. Very exciting. And, man, things are so good this year, Booney. They're talking about it on the broadcast, and they're like, yeah, they might build him up to 60. Maybe they'll build him up to 75. Who cares? When Gerrit's back, he's back. I guess what will you guys be looking for? Because we know we've seen this a little bit before, but you're going to build them up to usually 60 or 75, and it's how will that fit in with the rotation or the bullpen, or how much of it is Gerrit's call? Because he's been called the pitching coach by Luis Heel. So what all goes into that?
Yeah, Gerrit, as much or more than any players, will have a lot of, say in that. And so it just kind of depends. Like, you get a real good feel for how he's doing and where he's at and what he's feeling, as the build goes. And it's like, man, do you want to go one more and add whatever, 8, 10, 12 more pitches in another rehab start? Or do you want to just go and we'll go shorter the first time? So I don't have the answer for you yet, but that's something that as we go, we'll have those conversations. And, I kind of look at it as first things first. He's going in Somerset tonight, and hopefully everything goes well and he continues to build on what's been a really good buildup for him so far.
Makes sense.
I'm excited. Do you want to really quickly say "told you so" to all those annoying fans that were upset when Talkin got to stay around and Ron got sent down because his 2 innings, in that game, keep you in it? Tonkin's also just been great out of the pen lately.
Yeah. No, I mean, because, Ron's, it's not easy having to send Ron out, especially when he's worked really hard to get back to this level and of pitching and pitch well when he had his opportunity here. He's done a good job down there. So he's going to still be in the mix. But Talkin was a guy that I felt, really felt like was unique and what we still need in this, pen right now, just because he has the ability to give you length. You can give him the ball, if he's not had a ton of rest, and lean on him a little bit, and coupled with he's pitched really well for us. So, he had a big 2 innings the other day, like you guys said, that was big just to kind of hold the line and keep things in check and give us a chance late. But he's a guy that can really give you length in a lot of different situations, and to have that coverage there with a guy that, is coming off a successful year and doing that role last year with the Braves. He's done a nice job with us too, and feel like he's protects us and gives us some things that we don't necessarily have down there.
I'm going to knock on wood as I tell you this, but Dennis Santana and Michael Talkin have not walked a single batter when they have runners in scoring position so far.
Okay.
2 of 5 guys. Strike throwers.
Oh.
That'd be pretty. You don't want guys coming out of the pen and walking guys.
That's
I call
true.
them bummers.
The Tonkin truck sets up one of our favorite innings in recent Yankee history. And I forget, were you saying you guys had a tip on Doval coming into the inning, or do you see something while it's out there?
What?
It kind of felt like you guys might have had a tip on Doval. A couple of the guys were whispering to each other.
Or Trevino next level, whispering to the
Fake
batters.
the fake.
Faking the fake, yeah.
No, I think just talking about his arsenal, that's one of the things you'll see these guys doing a lot with each other, especially on people that we don't face a lot. Obviously don't play the Giants a lot. It was Doval's first time in the series. And his cutter, pretty unique at 100 miles an hour, just kind of talking through it's fairly straight or it's cutting, whatever. So I think those are those conversations.
Nothing
Nice
with,
try, though.
Nothing with the leg lift or the glove or anything like that, or the breathing.
No.
Okay, that's good. Then Camilo, don't change anything. See you in October.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
This next segment's called Clickbait. Is this the best team you've ever managed?
Remains to be seen.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Okay.
What are we, 60 in, 61 in? We got 100 games to go, and then hopefully beyond. I love this group. I mean, you keep hearing me say it, their purpose, their focus, their care for one another. Like, I always feel like the best teams that I've ever been a part of, major leagues, college, high school, little league, whatever, like when you're genuinely playing for the guy next to you and you care more about them than your own success even, then you got something, then you got some magic. That's how you desire it to be, or how I desire it to be. And I sense that with these guys. They really care about one another and don't want to let each other down, want to do it for one another. So it's fun to be a part of that, and we're having a great time. But it's also, they understand we got a long, long way to go. And we've put ourselves in a good spot here. These first couple months, can't take wins off the board. Like money in the bank, like keep racking them up, because you're gonna have to make deposits at different points of the season when it hits you. So understanding that, and they're playing together, which is it. I don't remember. This is about as fun as it's been. I'll say that, and it's because of that group.
That's awesome.
We agree. The fans agree.
Yeah, there's a lot more edge and just kind of like exuberance, and obviously winning breeds that, but I think that's kind of who some of the personalities that got brought in are naturally. Soto, Verdugo, Stroman all kind of bring, and even Rodon we thought was going to bring it. Last year didn't work out, and now we're seeing it a bit more. So there's more to add. There's more coming, maybe, that I want to figure out with Dominguez. He also came, and for that short stint, had an energy about him, had some a youthful kind of confidence that you don't always see. I know the team is doing great, but down the road, how do you? I mean, you're not even worrying about it now. Like, how do you fit him in? If he keeps mashing, it's going to get that question.
Yeah,
Keep going.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see where we are down the road, and needs always pop up. And the one thing I know with Jasson is we've got a great player sitting there that I think it has a chance to be a really great player in this league, and I'm confident that he's going to realize that potential. That is, coming back from a significant injury that fortunately has gone really well for him and for us. Like, his rehab process from the time he got surgery has gone according to plan, and he's in great shape right now. And we know things are going to come up and opportunity will knock. And I think he's got a chance to be a really special player. Obviously the talent jumps off the screen, but he's a really special person that is going to be a cornerstone player for us for a long time. So when that time comes, we'll see.
All righty. I got a question about the ejection and interference and infield fly. All that happened. I edited, I do these videos where I read your lips. I edited it. I haven't made it yet. At one point, you said, if I'm wrong, I'll come out here tomorrow, wave my hands, and say, my bad, Vic. And then you said, you better do the same to me. What happened after that?
I think they got it right by letter of the law.
Yeah. Law is just a little weird.
I think we need to change the law.
That's what I'm combining it with the White Sox one, where
the White Sox one's a little bit different.
Yes.
And the White Sox one, actually, I think they got wrong in how they handled it, actually.
Yep.
I
agree.
This one they got right by letter of the law, but
yeah,
it's silly that is the law.
It's a new rule because one instance happened in 2003, and they're like, we can't have that happen, and they didn't. It hasn't happened since. So
look,
yeah,
I mean, look, if Juan does it perfect, he's able to avoid and feel exactly how and get back to the bag. But what if you don't and you're stuck, and he's clearly not trying to run into him. He's just trying to get on the base. Yeah. Neto's kind of misjudging the ball, so what's to stop fielders from intentionally just running into, which technically, if you want to look at it like that, it should be obstruction. Like once the ball goes up, infield flies called batter out.
Yep.
Then shouldn't it be obstruction on the?
Yeah. That's what
technically,
Grifol
I don't
said
think
too.
it should be. I just think it should be if there's any contact, incidental, intentional, or unintentional, point it out. The infield fly trumps everything, plays dead.
Yeah, or have like an advantage call like they have in soccer. Like, so the ump's point who was screaming at you, not nice of him, huh? And he was saying,
Yeah.
what? He kind of went off.
Yeah.
He looked like an ump that doesn't snap that much. And then he was like,
I know. I was saying, Adam, why are you yelling at me like
Yeah.
a man? I'm supposed to be yelling at you. Stop.
Yes.
You're the umpire.
Yes, he was saying, now what, Aaron? Now what?
You'll have bad days.
Yeah.
Man.
He was saying that if the ball gets loose, Volpe could have scored. And you see that as soon as the ball is loose, Volpe does take a lead, but the second baseman's there. So, like, if that's the ruling, they should have an advantage. Like, okay, if Volpe was to score, you would say, hey, no one's intentionally out, but you're Volpe, you don't get the score on that. That seems so common sense instead of
Totally.
that.
And that's my, that's kind of my message to the league is like, work this out. Because you don't want something like that happening in a big time game late in the year or a playoff game. Like, that's just ridiculous that's a double play.
Yeah, I agree.
And my argument is like, we can all sit there and common sense say like, that's a double play. That's stupid. We would all agree on that. So fix it. It's fixable.
The White Sox Orioles one is by letter of law. They caught it right, but even MLB was like, guys, come on.
No, exactly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fun. I'm going to record that soon.
Good.
Coming out. Hey, we need, we got our socials guy here. We need a couple more updates. Ross, we're hearing rumors about him throwing. Trevino, I think we heard there was a shutdown period. We're supposed to be out of it.
Trevino has started to throw again. Ross, I know had a live inning yesterday or the day before. So I don't know how many lives that is for him yet, but he's doing well. So
okay.
Hopefully, before too long, a rehab assignment starts for him, but I don't know when that is. And Lou just started throwing again.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think that brings us to the Beatbox Trivia, the perfect pairing for a Yanks game. Everyone go hit the link in the description, find a Beatbox near you. They're bringing us this trivia. Are you ready, Booney?
Okay.
Aaron Boone hit one home run. That's you. Versus the Yankees. Who was it off and when?
Musina, 2003.
Oh, do you know the day?
Derek Jeter Captain Day.
Oh,
That's
was
every
it?
day.
I don't know if they would do that on a road game.
Yeah, they announced him as captain when they came to Cincinnati and played us.
Wow.
So I saw on one of the Yankee fans' accounts, I think they announced him yesterday, but maybe that was like their first game or something. But it's also the 21st anniversary. It was this day.
June 4th.
June 4th.
And you weren't even celebrating.
Oh. What's
That
that?
Homer can drink.
Yeah.
Say that again?
That Homer can drink now. It's 21.
Yes.
Street legal.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have it? Are you able to show it? Do you remember the
Man.
pitch?
I'm old.
Can you see this? There it is. 2-0 fastball.
Get the hands in.
He actually went first pitch curve high, second pitch change or something low, and then 2-0 fastball.
That's right. Take that, Moose.
Crowd loves it.
And then the Yankees traded for you a month later. You think that home run
Yep.
had something? That was George's old adage. If someone
right.
homers against his team, give me that guy.
Give me that guy.
3 other
Yep.
teammates homered that day. You want to go for it?
3 other teammates?
Yes.
On
Homered
the
off
red?
Moose. Yes.
Austin Kearns?
Oh, no.
Love it.
But great corner outfielder. But no.
Big time hit.
Adam Dunn?
No, one
Oh.
was your teammate last year as well.
Was my teammate last year?
Yes.
Sean Casey?
Sean Casey. He's
Griffey?
Griffey.
one. Griffey's 2.
Oh, one more?
One more. You probably called him Jala.
Catcher.
No, I did not call Jason LaRue Jala.
That's a horrible nickname.
Good.
Jala.
He wouldn't have liked that.
Jason LaRue.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Booney. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Oh, what was your NBA Finals prediction? We need more clickbait because the Yanks are too good. Nobody cares right now.
Is game 1 tonight?
Tomorrow, Thursday, I think.
I'll take the Mavericks.
Okay.
Ooh.
Done. Click.
All right. Thanks, Booney. See ya.
See you guys.
Booney was brought to you by Fubooney. No, it's just Fubo.
Fubooney. Fubooney.
Hey, Fubooney. Hey. Fubo. Different than that.
Yeah.
But if you're a Yankees fan, Fubo has added Yes Network. You're going to watch the Yanks. You want to watch the Yanks. Go check it out on Fubo TV. They have Yes. So if you're in the New York City area, now you can watch your Yankees live anywhere from any device without cable. Wow. Visit FuboTV.com/JohnBoy to see if Yes Network is available in your area and to claim your 14-day free trial. Okay, so if you're trying to watch Yankee games, Fubo, 14-day trial. Yes.
All right. We talked Yanks. You guys listened to us talk Yanks. Everyone had a grand time. Boone was in good spirits. Jake, you were in good spirits. I was in good spirits. Beebs was happy. Yanks are good.
Big week. Yeah, I wanted to touch on how many guys Luis Gil was going to strike out tonight because it's a redemption game. The team that traded him away.
He forgot about it. He doesn't even remember.
Juan Soto jersey night tomorrow, and then Dodgers Fest. So, it's a massive week.
Juan Soto jersey night. He didn't see the Twins the first time around, so this is the Twins' first time seeing him. So, yeah, you're looking at 6 innings pitched, 1 run, 9 Ks.
Up that.
Think so?
Yeah, because they've got a hype Glass now and Heel on Sunday Night Baseball. So I think you might see...
Is that who it's going to be?
Yeah.
It's a great matchup. My math yesterday had Nestor.
Might see 13 punchies. I'll double check, but Fangraphs has Nestor on Saturday against Gavin Stone, warehouse adjacent. Cody Poteet versus Yamamoto on the first game. So, hey, you know what? We're just gonna pocket $324 million and kick your ass.
Wow. Go Yanks. Tell them, Gramps.
Go Yankees.